heavy though. I couldn't pan them out as easy as I thought it was going to be. So got it all dry. I'm going to weigh it up here. I think it ends up being about 10 grams. Yeah, look at all that. There's a lot of visible stuff in there that needs to come out. Alright, so we got about 10 grams of material. 10.1. So that means we're going to need about, it's a little overkill, but about 30 grams of silver to inquart this gold with. I want to, by inquarting, I'm making an alloy of approximately 25% gold. So we'll get this melted down here. I'm going to speed a lot of this footage up because, it'll save us a lot of time. Alright, so I got it melted down. I'm going to pour it into some cold water here. Alright. Man, look at that dish. Yikes. Yeah. All that black gunk, that slag, is all the sand that turned basically into glass and clung to the glazing, to the borax that's in the dish. So all that's gone. So we took a little loss there, but alright, there's our inquarted gold. Looks like silver at this point. And we're gonna put some, what's this? Oh, sorry, distilled water in here. And I'm gonna add some nitric acid. Alright, and that nitric acid is going to attack this material and start pulling out those base metals. It's going to pull out the copper, silver, and other things clinging in there. So you can see it's changing colors. The darkness is somewhat of the silver oxides, and it's also the gold being exposed. As you see the solution's turning green, that's that mix of silver and copper. There's other trace elements in there, but that's the predominant metals that we're looking at, is the silver and copper here. So our solution, or our reaction slowed down, so I just added a bit more nitric acid. Obviously it fired it back up. I'm going to keep going until it doesn't react anymore. Look at that. I let that cool overnight, and it needs to be rehydrated. That's all silver crystals in there now. Silver nitrate crystals. So I added some distilled water. It dissolves in water real easy. But now I'm going to rinse that off very well to make sure I get as much of that silver out of there as possible. Alright, we're going to give it another rinse here. I really want to get in all the pores of that gold sponge that we're looking at. It already has a decent color. Alright, pour that off. Alright, here we go. We're going to add some hydrochloric acid and nitric acid. And we're going to dissolve this material and put it into solution. The hydrochloric acid and nitric acid makes up a concoction we call aqua regia. And that is what we use to put gold into solution. And here it is. You can see the solution's getting a bit more rich, a heavier color. There might still be some impurities, trace impurities in there still that we're kind of looking at. And basically I cooked it down, and I wanted to make sure that I burned off all the free nitrates that were in that solution. So once I feel confident with that, you see that I just sprayed some water in there, and that's a reaction I got to when the solution cooled down. It stayed nice and clear. I added water. Here I'm adding a little tap water. Usually I would use distilled water. At this point I'm using tap water because it's got trace elements of chlorine and whatnot in it. That'll react to the silver, or make the silver react actually. And that's what we see here. That cloudiness is silver that actually kind of silver chlorides that came out of solution. So here we're filtering that off, and that's going to leave us with a nice and clean solution.
When I'm in control, I feel safe.